It's been week 6 and 7 of my development of Dot Adventure, and this week, as promised, I have focused on weapon augmenting and the mini game that goes along with it. So today I'll discuss what I've made in progress in those two features. Additionally, I'll talk about what my future plans are for the next 2 weeks. There's a large number of different weapon augments that the player will be able to get, and so far I've focused on developing them, specifically on the magic attacks, magic armor ignoring attacks, and the elemental attacks. So depending on what you augment your weapon, will have different elemental attacks. Each of the elemental attacks has 3 different stages, with the magic attacks and magic armor ignoring attacks only having the one on or off. So depending on what you have attributed to your weapon. Additionally, I designed the system that creates each of the weapon, which is held in a class called like weapon base or something like that, which holds on to each of the different augments in a list. So that's what I focused on in terms of that, but there's still a lot more augments to design over these next few weeks. I've also worked on making the mini game that players will have to complete in order to get their weapons augmented. So when you go to the weapon augmenting station, you not only have to have the resources, but also complete the mini game challenge. And each of the mini game does a cycle where it spawns in different enemies that the player must shoot. Each of them is based off a different shape. Squares go straight at the enemy, circles fire at the enemy, triangles move in a hexagon or like a back and forth style pattern, and then hexagons have shields. Additionally, there's a boss called a decagon, which kind of merges all of them and has a high health. And additionally, the player can't move during this, so it is more shooting focused than anything else. There's still a lot of balancing left to do and images for it, but that has been another big focus this week. So for the future of Dot Adventure in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be on vacation for one of them, so I'm going to focus more on planning the stage 1 of development, which will focus on locations and the main quests of the game. But in the short term, in terms of development, I'm going to help try to finish up the weapon augmenting system. And that is what I'll be focusing on in weeks 8 and 9.